I think we all need to give a big thanks to Dr. Ross Potgieter. He has been fantastic for Ghana Rugby. He's a friend I've known for so many years. I think an example of what has happened where we are able to raise some funds for Bruno to stay extra. He's staying with Selam, of which we are very grateful. And he's been in and out from Dr. Ross's place. You can all see, you saw what happened in the semi-final match and how Bruno got injured. And now we've got him in a position where he can definitely play in the match against Botswana. And it's about Ross. In terms of, they're doctors and they're doctors. Ross is a former rugby player. I used to train with him in South Africa when I was there. We go to the gym together. And he can do big weights. He understands the pressure points, the resistance issues, how we need to recover, the impact on weight and impact on muscle groups and on joints, which is what makes him so special. And he's also a chiropractor on top of that. So how we move, how we work, our body reacts is something that he's very good. And we've been blessed to actually have Ross with us. The medication he's had for recovery has helped all of us. We know that. Last year, before going to Tunisia, players like Carlos, etc., benefited hugely from what it is that he did. Without that, they would not have gone. This year, we've seen how he's helped, not only in terms of the treatment and the injections, but also in terms of strapping. We've got, everybody knows how to strap. He really knows how to strap. So we've had Richard strapping the knee in the right way. We've had Bruno now strapping himself appropriately. And these are all positives that will take us through into the future. This is what sports is about. And I believe Ghana Rugby is at the forefront in terms of how we look after players and how we rehabilitate national players. I say national because that is my duty in terms of the top. I know that in terms of the clubs, that is up to the presidents, James and Aziz, to manage in terms of their care and their injuries. So we need to really thank him. And I hope everybody listens. We shouldn't forget that when we roll back the clock, Stuart Amar, who's been a little bit tied up, I think he's a new father, has been the basis of where we've gone with isokinetic training and other forms of training, which have ensured that injuries have been minimized, have been removed to shoulder, to groin, to the key areas. So our prep, our warm-ups, etc. have changed. And Dallas, thankfully, is a coach who understands that he needs to also work closely with those who prepare the players and helps them recover in anticipation of matches. So I just felt I needed to point that out because it is hugely important to us. As important as nutrition, as important as rest, as important as care. Because rugby is a game that we play for ourselves. We've all played it. We don't play for somebody. It's not a game that the players are transferred and therefore there's an interest, financial interest for the administrators. It's a case that you put your lives and your body on the line like we all have done. And so the least that we can do is make sure there's a system in place for those who really work it and are ready to be part of the program. So Ross, we take off our hat to you. Stuart, we take off our hat to you as well. And I say thank you all. I hope that everybody is focused and ready for the task ahead. We know what it's about. There is a program. It's not only when it's fun and we're swimming and we're doing things, there's also a downside, the hard work, the grit. Also the nutrition and how we behave with one another, how we bond. And I am asking the coach and the TM and the assistant TM for daily reports to make sure that we have the discipline, we have the focus, we have the understanding. Because the team that we will pick next week will be a team of players who are prepared to work for each other, love each other, support each other. After the match on Saturday, you can go your separate ways. But up until then, we want to be sure that there is huge competition. We've seen it now that is coming in the front row. We have so many front rowers who are ready for action. And yet it is, we brought in junior players like Amele and Indomie to see if they can cause any shocks and surprises and get into the team. We have William, who was not well. He was in Accra. Again, I called Dr. Durban while he was there to make sure that I think he was there for 3 to 4 hours being treated. William is very important to us. He's more Ghanaian than most people, with a rugby head on him as well. And we are lucky to have people like William as part of the setup. So We're very keen in terms of where we go, and we've worked with everybody, you know. Many like Hunan, etc., have had problems with shoulders, and Dr. Ross's medication has helped in terms of going through, and even in the second row, in the back row, right the way through. Everybody's benefited one way or another from the presence of Dr. Ross Potgieter and the system that I've spoken about. Guys, be focused. You only have 1 week to get your minds right, focused, to be strong, to be ready, to understand the principles, the techniques. Don't forget, rugby is a game for smart, intelligent people, far more so than, say, football. What you have to think about, the rules, the regulations, the infringements, the penalties. I don't think many footballers will be able to do what you do. The strength, the heart, the physicality, all at the same time being understanding that you have to use controlled aggression, not all out. And we never talk back to referees, we never argue, we get back into the system. Rugby is a truly fantastic game, truly awesome. And it's a game that I love. You know, it's a game I love, and I know you love it, otherwise you will not be involved with it at this point in time. 7, 8 days to go. Let's understand there's a program. Your coach is focused and he understands what he has to do. You have to bring yourself to the party. The squad of 25 of you there are there on merit. You're there on merit. The junior ones who are trying to break through are there on merit.
Good morning, Bruno. Belinda, please just explain to Herbert what you're doing now.
We're just testing the power of the scar tissue, how much it is compared to his healthy arm and his non-healthy injured arm. So we're going to first test the uninjured arm. I'm going to ask him to do a nice hard squeeze and relax. We note the amount. I'm not going to say it yet. And then we test the injured arm. But remember, you have to stop short of pain. You can't go into pain. So just when it's comfortable and relax. So that is 56 and this is 60. So it was 36 last time and 27. Okay, so it's actually increased quite a bit. All right, so it's actually a perfect amount and I think he's ready to play.